Hi guys, the Benidorm Enthusiast here with Benidorm Stuff YouTube channel. We've had some massive news here. The curfew has finally ended in our region and the next phase of the de-escalation of restrictions has been announced. So I'm going to be going through it all with you for today's video. This next stage of restrictions is in place now and runs until the 27th of September. First of all, the main news is that the curfew is over. You no longer have to be off the streets between the hours of 1 AM and 6 AM. Along with this, and also absolutely huge news, is that the nightlife sector can now reactivate their activity with later opening hours. Nightlife venues can now stay open until 3 AM, with last orders being 2:30. This is fantastic news for so many of us here and of course for all of you coming over in the next few weeks. The early closure has made it extremely tough for the nightlife sector, with everywhere having to close just as things are warming up really. And although almost everyone I've spoke to here on holiday recently have said they've been having a great time regardless of the early closure that's been in place, this can only be a good thing and a step forward for both the businesses and the tourists. However, normal bars, cafes and restaurants are still limited with their hours. They still have to call last orders at midnight and close by past. Dancing is still prohibited in all venues. This is very important as I've been made aware some venues have had problems recently. Please bear in mind these are legal restrictions beyond the control of the establishments. We all want to enjoy ourselves as we normally would. We all want to have fun and we all want to see and experience others enjoying themselves. But whether we agree with them or not, these are the restrictions in place, and dancing can put the venue at risk of a massive fine or even force a closure again. So, if a staff member or management approaches you to ask you to stop doing something such as dancing, they're not trying to be a killjoy. Please be respectful and understand what's at stake. Yes, it may seem strange to open the nightlife sector later without dancing, but at least they are allowing the later hours. It will make a massive difference to the survival of many businesses. At the moment, I can't see any changes to the karaoke ban as of yet either. It has been stated many times by the Valencian government that the relaxation of measures will be gradual. We have to be patient. Baby steps it is. It's better than no steps at all. The capacity inside venues is still just 50%, although the number of people per table inside has increased from 6 to 8. And outdoors, the terraces are allowed 100% with a maximum of 10 per table. There are now no limits on social gatherings. It has been limited to 10 people in groups through the last stage of restrictions. That has now been lifted both indoors and outdoors. So if you want to meet up with 20 of your mates or family members, that's absolutely fine. No limits, no issues there. There are no changes to the rules on masks. You must carry a mask with you at all times. They are still necessary when entering shops, supermarkets, public areas like bus or train stations, and on public transport itself. In bars and restaurants, the mask should be worn at any time you're not sitting at your table eating or drinking. So entering and exiting the bar, if you get up to go to the toilet or go to the bar to make an order, it's obligatory to wear your mask. You should also wear a mask outdoors in busy areas where you cannot maintain the 1.5 metre social distance. There's also no changes to the smoking laws in place. Smoking is still prohibited on the terraces of bars and restaurants, and in the street you should only smoke where you can guarantee 2 metres of social distance. I think that's about it for the main restrictions which are relevant to us here in Benidorm. 3 weeks like this and we'll see where we stand. The main worry now is because the kids are going back to school, so we will have to wait and see what effect that has on our numbers. It has been stated by the head of the Valencian government, Ximo Puig, that the aim is to be in a good situation regarding COVID as we reach October 9th. That's a bank holiday in the region. It's the day of the Valencian community, in fact. So to be in a good situation on this date will mean we can celebrate the day with the start of near normal life, pretty much without restrictions. So let's all hope we get there. That would, of course, be a massive milestone in the pandemic calendar for our region and for Spain. We have done extremely well in the Valencia region, getting the numbers down again. The 14-day cumulative incidence in our region is now down to around 150 per 100,000, which puts us as the third best region in Spain, below the national average, which has dropped below the 200 per 100,000 mark. Vaccination continues at pace throughout the whole of Spain. That target of vaccinating 70% of the population by the end of summer that was made such a massive deal of has been achieved. 72% in fact now have been fully vaccinated and 78% have had at least one dose. When looking at the population over the age of 12, 87% have had one dose and 81% have been fully vaccinated. So everything is heading in the right direction. I'm not going to say getting back to normality, as I don't particularly like that phrase. I honestly like to think we will have all learnt something valuable from this pandemic by the time it's over in relation to how we live our lives, how we treat other people and how we treat our world. The way we lived before leaves a lot to be desired, if we're all honest with ourselves. I know I am most certainly much more appreciative of everything, and I will be using what I've learned to move forward to a new normal, which will hopefully be better for everyone and everything around me. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Long may the good news continue. Leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Also, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.